3, 2, 1, and we're live. Episode 17. We got Meg here, ladies and gentlemen. Meg, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
I'm doing good. I'm happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad. So I'm trying to do things a little differently now. Okay. I want to open with you telling people where they can follow you, and you just give a little intro about what it is that you do.
Okay. So I'm a pastry chef. I've been working at Fiorella Dolce in Huntington Village for the last 8 years. But you can follow me at Cakes by Maggie on Instagram. And you can check out like all the little cakes and cake pops and fun cookies and stuff that I've done. And if you ever need anything, DM me and I got you.
So you do customizations? Like if people want custom pastries, they can DM you with the idea and you can... That's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. I just, I'll talk it out with the client, figure out exactly what they want, and then, give them a price depending on how much work that they want on it, and then we're good to go.
What are some of the, like, wackier kind of cake requests you've gotten?
Wow. We've done some crazy things. I've done a couple of boob cakes. And, people want that.
Can we know, like, what was the occasion? Is that a bachelor party? Is that just a lonely dude buying a cake?
I don't know. The first one, I actually don't know what it was for. The second one, I think was for breast cancer awareness. Okay. We actually did it through the bakery, which was funny.
That's actually pretty cool.
We never really do things like that through the bakery, so it was actually really funny that we did it. But because it was for a good cause, we decided to go through with it.
Well, that's a great idea. I mean, we all want to save the boobies, so
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
If there's anything our species can agree on, it's probably that.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like our politicians should
very
lead
important,
with that.
They're super important.
Well, definitely. What's your favorite cake request that you've gotten? Like, what's the one you enjoyed making the most?
Let's see. The best one so far, I think, was the one that I made for my boyfriend, for Kevin.
That's episode 3, Kevin Rains.
Yes, Kevin Rains. He's an incredible artist, by the way. Check him out. But anyway, we made he just let me go with it and design whatever I wanted. So I made it a little like themed, and it was a lot of fun though. It was interesting, because I got to sculpt everything, and it was cool.
Been cool.
I got to make a microphone. I got to spray it gold, which I love spraying things gold, and
So you can spray things that are gold that are edible?
Yeah.
What do you call that? Is that just icing?
No, it's like an edible gold spray.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it made of?
It just like water and color, food dye.
Just water and food dye?
Yeah,
okay, so it's just strict.
It's just in a can.
A water decoration.
Yeah, and
That's
it's just shiny.
Cool.
It's like it's super cool.
What are some cakes you've had to make that are gold? Like, did you ever make like a fully golden cake?
Not a fully golden cake, but we've done like a lot of strange things. Like we did something for Greek Easter, and it was like this giant chalice that I had to spray gold, which was really cool. I mean, it wasn't like a 3D chalice or anything. It wasn't crazy. It was a 2D chalice. But I had to spray the whole thing gold, and that was a lot of fun. Nothing like really too crazy that I've ever had to spray in gold. I've always wanted to work with like gold leaf, which is edible gold flakes.
Edible gold flakes?
Yes.
So they made it like sugar or?
No, it's like actual gold. But it's edible.
Actual
edible gold, yes.
That's
it's extremely expensive.
Is it going to give you superpowers or something? Because like, this is how supervillains are created.
I mean, it's possible. It's totally possible. I don't know.
I'll give
it's
it a
like
shot.
The gold that they put in Goldschlager, like the gold flakes.
Okay,
it's edible.
gotcha.
It's safe. It's just,
so
it's
not
super
give me
expensive and it's ridiculous to work with. So, I want to work with it, but I'm scared to spend that kind of money.
Gotcha. Well, maybe one day you'll find that special someone who's willing to spend money on golden flakes.
Maybe, maybe somebody will want some crazy golden cake and want to spend that crazy money on it.
My roommate used to work for somebody who threw herself a $250,000 birthday party.
What?
These are the people that buy the gold flakes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You should see the clients. Like, I mean, some of these clients, like, for their kid's first birthday, they're like spending so much money. they're clearly like renting out, you know, a whole restaurant.
That's so funny to me because there's no way the kid's gonna remember that birthday. Like,
no, not at all.
yeah.
And then they get this beautiful cake that they want their kid to smash up for pictures. And it kind of like breaks my heart a little bit because like I'm like, some person went through like all this, you know, effort to make this gorgeous cake and your baby is just smashing it for pictures. I mean, like, as a mom and, you know, like, I'm probably gonna do that. Not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna go all out and make this, like, crazy cake, you know? I'm just gonna make, like, some simple cake that...
Make a smashable cake.
I'm gonna make a smashable cake. A cake that, you know, Zach can just go into and have fun with, and I'm not gonna feel bad if he tears it apart.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Does he like Wreck-It Ralph? You can make a Wreck-It Ralph cake. It'd be fitting.
I was thinking the Hulk.
That too. That's perfect.
You know, like Hulk smash, just,
and
just go right into it.
Your son's a big kid.
He's
right?
humongous.
Yeah.
He's like the size of a 1-year-old.
And how old is he?
He's about to be 8 months.
About to be 8 months.
Yeah,
Damn.
like about a week and a half or so.
That's crazy.
He is huge. He clearly gets that from Kevin.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm like 5'2". Yeah, he definitely gets that from Kevin. He's a big baby.
But you know
he's
something?
Strong.
Every day, he's definitely strong. He's got a tight grip.
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely got a tight grip. Every time I've gone over, he seems like the most chilled out, relaxed kid. I don't know if he's always like that, but I'm just saying every time I've seen him,
you know what's
he's got
so
no
funny
problems.
is that when anybody comes over, he's like that, right? And then when he's with us, he is just like this little maniac that just wants to like crawl on us and like pull my hair and like, I don't know, stand on everything. Because now he can stand. So he's just excited about that. And he just wants to walk. So he's like holding on to things, just pulling himself everywhere, jumping up and down. He's so excited. But it's scary. It's so scary, man.
I mean, what scares you? Is it the safety of the kid or the fact he's growing up fast?
No, the fact that he's growing up fast. I feel like I got gypped out of a baby. He went from like this newborn baby that didn't move anywhere to like flipping around and doing all these things, and I was like, what? Why so fast? I mean, it's great.
Meg, not for nothing. I mean, you're with Kevin and he's 6'3". Like, what did you expect? Like, if you wanted a baby, you should have found someone who's 5'6".
I mean, God bless. I'm so glad that my baby's healthy, but like, jeez.
But that's pretty interesting to me. That's pretty interesting to me. It seems like he already knows, like, almost how to put on a face. It's like, oh, we have company.
He does.
We have company. I have to behave.
Smart.
It's like, oh, it's just us?
Oh, yeah. You should have seen before. My mom came over. And, you know, before that, he was just, like, crawling all over me, going crazy. He was nonstop talking and, like, trying to talk. You know, he babbles. And he's just going off. He's like climbing on my head, pulling my hair, trying to get on the couch. I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now. I gotta put you in the playpen. My mom shows up. He's just chilling. He sits down in the playpen and he just looks at her. He's like smiling at her. I was like, what is happening right now? What is going on? Because this was not going on like 5 minutes ago before she walked in the door. I don't understand. He's like so smart.
He could put on the charm already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Already.
And then he's like snuggling into her and like cuddling her and just sitting on the couch with her.
Well, you know what it is? Both you and Kevin are two very charismatic people. So you know what I'm saying? You just created this like miniature version of yourselves that's just like super like charismatic.
And he just wants to play all the time and have a good time. So I can't blame him.
Hey, get it in while you can, Zach.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, man.
Seriously.
That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild.
It's a good time.
So, before we started this podcast, you started showing me that your bakery is haunted.
Yes.
And I guess before we say talk about your bakery being haunted, I suppose if you want to name drop them, plug them.
Yes.
If you want to, yeah.
At Fiorello Dolce. It's a bakery in Huntington that I work at. It's wonderful. So basically, we are haunted. We've been.
Now, are you the fun haunted, or are you the?
We're the fun haunted. We're not the scary haunted. No. Nothing ultra creepy happen. It's all creepy. It's all creepy.
But it's not malevolent.
No, it's not malevolent at all. Apparently, we've had a couple of mediums come through, and apparently it's, family, and a couple of people that are just around, that died in the area, supposedly. And
there's an access point. Your bakery is an access point.
They just like baked goods, apparently. So, they just come hang out and chill. And
if I was a ghost, it's not the worst place to be.
No, it's not.
Like, if you still have your sense of smell when you're a ghost, maybe that's all you do.
Like, we bake delicious things and we actually, have a good time at work. So, like,
Yeah, in the videos you showed me, nobody was, super skeeved out by the activity.
No, because we're kind of used to it at this point. It's really, weird, It's scary when you're alone, when you come into the bakery alone, because it's just quiet and, there's just nothing going on. It's just dead, and it does get a little creepy. Every little noise that you hear from the fridge, just freaks you out.
Okay.
But when everyone's around, it's not that weird. You know what I mean? It's just it's just strange little things that happen. I don't know, the oven doors used to open by themselves, just randomly. Nobody will be by them.
Well, in the video you showed me, just something sitting on the table, untouched by anybody, just slid.
It just went around the corner on the table.
A perfect angle around the corner.
Yeah.
Which was definitely strange.
Yeah. Things, weird things like that. One time, we left out a paper towel roll overnight on the table just to see what would happen. And then the security camera, which picks up movement that happens in the bakery, picked up the movement of the paper towel roll unraveling itself.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And we tried to, recreate it. We turned the AC on, and, put it down on the table and tried to figure out if the air would blow in that direction, and just nothing. Nothing. It just slowly unraveled itself. So, weird little things happen,
See, are the ghosts polite enough to keep it all in the back where you guys work? Or do the customers experience this at any point?
No customers have seen anything that I know of. I do know one time one of the kids that worked up front was making an espresso or something, and he's a huge disbeliever of all that. He just... There's
always a disbeliever among the pack.
And it's fine. No,
you need that guy.
Of course. You need the skeptic. You need that person that's going to be like, no, absolutely not. This could have been this. It could have been that, And that's great, because I'm always like that. I'm the first person to be like, no, it could have been the air. No,
but you're sold on ghost.
But there's something going on that I don't know if it's a ghost. I don't know what it is, but there's something there that we cannot see that is playing with things at the bakery. So, but anyway, he did not believe anything, huge skeptic, and never saw anything for himself. And he had just said he didn't believe any of that. And then he went up front to make an espresso, and the espresso cup, he turned his head and turned back, and the espresso cup had shifted at least, couple inches. And he turned around and he was like, nobody was up front with him. So he was like, so how did that happen? Weird little things occur. One time we came into the bakery and the iPad had turned on itself. And the iPad is for our register. And it had turned on itself and it was playing music. And when we walked in, it was changing the music. It went from Dancing Queen to some other song to some other song.
Did it let the songs finish, or was it just
no? It would just cut, or it would play the first note of a song and then cut to the next one, and then it would play the first I don't know 6 seconds of Dancing Queen, and then into the next song, and it was just very weird. And when we had looked back on the security camera, we had seen that while the songs were playing and while they were skipping, the iPad had shifted up, and the password bar was there, and there was a password being typed in, and it just kept being typed in until my boss turned around the iPad and it just went back down. And we caught it all on camera. Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like it was purposely blocking you out.
Right. It was weird. It was weird. You know, little things are strange, you know. I mean, the iPad has turned on before and played music.
It's not all, it's like, it'd be one thing if it was one of these stories once.
Right.
And you could be like, oh,
right.
just a weird happenstance.
Right.
You know,
right.
small malfunction in the code.
Right.
But there seems to be a frequency of things like this happening that you guys are kind of like, all right. So what's going on?
It's strange, you know, like single sheets of parchment paper would come flying out of the box that they were in, you know, like one at a time, or like the cardboards that sit under the cakes would come out of the box, like flying out like frisbees.
So do you find that this has brought you and your co-workers together?
Oh,
Is something y'all bond over?
Oh, yeah, because, you know, we've gone back to the bakery and had, like, mediums come and stuff like that, and it's really cool, you know what I mean? Like,
how do the mediums feel? How do they feel in those rooms?
They don't think anything is bad. There's a alleyway behind us that's a little sketchy and scary. But besides that, you know, the bakery is cool. They're good.
Well, like you said, it sounds like the ghosts are just kind of having fun with you guys.
Yeah.
You said they want to help. I think you told me.
Yeah, they want to help. You know, they turn the oven timers off. I guess it's not really a help, but they're trying.
They're doing their best.
They're trying. You know, like sometimes the spoons will move and stuff like that. And I don't know. Maybe they're trying to mix stuff. Whatever. It's cool. You know, as long as they don't burn my stuff, I'm cool.
Fair enough. As long as they're not changing the temperature.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Like,
they can be silly all they want. It's when they start fucking with the actual process that it's a problem.
You know, like a couple of times we've like, you know, burnt cookies and stuff like that because like the timer has gone off and like, you know, it just, that's it. It's on zero. Do
you foresee a time where Fiero El Dolce, did I get that?
Fiorello Dolce.
Fiero El Dolce goes to war with the ghosts?
No.
There's no line they can cross?
No.
No.
I you know why? Because it's all family that's supposedly there. It's like family,
I
you know what I mean? So they're all people that are like looking out for us, and at least that's what we like to believe. So, you know, it's I don't think we'd ever go to war with them. I think if anything, if we went to war, they'd fight with us. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. But what if they started messing with the temperatures? What if things started getting bad?
Well, then that's just rude.
That is just rude.
You know, I think.
Or would you be convinced that they'd been hijacked by another group of ghosts?
I think then they'd be hijacked, and I think we need like to get some professionals in there to like get them out. I don't know who, but like
we'll find them. And if
like some Ghostbuster shit.
If you are a professional, I'd love to have you on the podcast.
You're a professional Ghostbuster, you know, just like hit me up.
Let's do it.
Because I don't want to bust out like the cool ghosts, you know what I mean, like my family or like, you know, my coworkers' families, but like, you know, bust out like the creepy ghosts that are
You're trying to pay for ghost security.
Exactly.
Are you saying
security.
There's an unborn economy in Long Island for ghost security?
That's totally possible.
Okay.
I'm not going to reject that.
There's a Ghostbusters economy emerging in Long Island.
I'm not going to reject that theory. I don't know enough about that subject to
just
know anything about that. So.
Just know that you heard it here first. But staying on the topic of bakery, moving a little bit away from the ghosts, yes. I wanted to ask you about how you got started in baking. Okay. What inspired you to get into it? Things like what inspired you to get into it, and why you kept up with it all these years.
It's actually funny. I didn't start going into pastry. I actually was a fashion major in the beginning. And then I decided against it. It was just not a field that was for me. Mm-hmm. But my dad's a chef. So growing up, you know, I was always around the restaurant business. I always, you know, was in the kitchen with him. So I watched him work all the time, and you know, we would cook together and we would bake together occasionally. He actually wanted to be a pastry chef at one point, kidding? Which is actually really funny.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, because he wasn't the one that chose pastry for me. Oh, I'm sorry. I was the one that decided, you know, I want to go into pastry, not savory culinary the way that my dad had gone. My dad does, you know, sushi. He actually started in Japan. And then moved to New York. Well, he moved actually to the Poconos, and he was working in the Poconos for a while, in like a really big Italian restaurant down there back in the 70s. And then, he came to New York and he wanted to apply at the Waldorf Astoria. And he applied there, and they had offered him a job, and they said that if he wanted to get to the head chef position, you'd have to work up, obviously. And he had been working as a head chef for, more than a decade at that point. So it was kind of like a diss to him that, they wanted him to start all the way from the bottom again, just like peeling the potatoes and doing the mediocre things that he shouldn't be doing.
Stuff he was overqualified
right,
for.
Way overqualified for. So, he had decided, screw it, I'm going to come to Long Island. And he had found a Japanese restaurant, and he started working there. He became the head chef there. And then he met my mom. And from there, they decided to invest into the business, and they ended up owning their own sushi shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sushi restaurant.
Is it still open?
No, unfortunately, my dad, he ended up getting sick. He got into a car accident, and then he ended up getting sick with cancer, which just kept coming back. Thank God, it's gone. Thank God.
Awesome.
He's doing great.
Happy to hear that.
The last couple of years, he's been doing great. It's just really his back now that needs to heal itself. He's been through about 3 spinal fusions.
Wow.
So far. So hopefully this one sticks. This last one that he just recently got. He actually, about a month ago, he just got it. So hopefully this one sticks.
Well, he sounds like a fighter.
Oh, he is. He is such a fighter.
You don't own a restaurant in New York without being
that man
a fighter.
was a boxer back in the day.
For real?
When he was a kid.
Yeah,
he was a boxer.
Okay.
He's a fighter. He's a real fighter. So that's where I get that from.
There you go. Cool.
Cool. I get that fighting spirit from him. So.
Well, I hope the recovery continues.
Thank you. Thank you. But he's definitely my biggest inspiration. Because he had a restaurant. When growing up, I had another family that kind of watched me and babysat me a lot. So during the weeks and stuff, they would bake with me as well. They were another Japanese family, and they would bake with me as well. Their neighbor was also big into baking. So she would, she was good friends with them. So she would come over and she would bake, and we would just, growing up, we would bake all the time. And it was just not really an interest to me because when I was in high school and stuff, I never baked. I didn't touch the kitchen. I was like, whatever, I don't like this, It was just too much work for me. Yeah. It really was. It was just too much work for me. I was working so many jobs, and I was like, I just can't deal with this.
I was going to say, so it was back then, was it because you didn't have time for baking?
Yeah, well, I was also really big into music growing up. I started playing the viola in the 2nd grade, and I kept with it all throughout high school. I did all county, all that stuff. I was into all of it. So
hell yeah.
I did all the chamber orchestras. I did pit orchestra. I was in theater. I was, I sang on stage. I did all of that stuff. So I loved all of it. So it was such a drastic change. I didn't have the time for it, and then all of a sudden I realized that was something I really could put all my art and all my passion into, and it was something practical, Not saying that music isn't practical, or fashion isn't practical, or any of the other choices that I had before weren't practical. But for me, they weren't practical. For me, they didn't work. So going into food was great for me, because watching somebody eat something that I created is the greatest experience of my life, and seeing them enjoy it, you know what I mean? Cooking and slaving away at it is time consuming and tiring, but then seeing all these people enjoy it and respect it and appreciate the art and the time that I put into it, that's incredible to me. That's the greatest feeling in the world.
What if you care to unwrap that feeling, because I've always been fascinated about that, because what you just said right there is something that my grandparents have said to me before, right. How they feel about cooking. One, I feel like that's a very old-fashioned idea.
It is.
To its credit,
It is.
And I'm not sure I see enough of it today. I wish there was more of that kind of attitude today about cooking, the idea, or baking,
right.
whatever it be. The idea of preparing something for someone that's not only going to take care of them, but is also going to give them a thrill.
Right.
You know?
Right. You know, I'm not going to lie. Like, I get lazy. You know, like, when I come home from work, I do not want to cook. You know what I mean? I will try. I will cook, but it's very mediocre. I'm not making these, like, crazy, fancy 5-star, you know, dishes. I just don't care for that right now. It's just too much time with a baby.
Completely fair.
And, you know, I can't. But, you know, once in a while, it's like, it's fun to break out of your element and, like, create this new thing that you've never created before. Or, you know, just when you have a party, you know, like catering to a bunch of people, it's actually really cool.
When it was Kevin's birthday, you fucking crushed it.
Thank you.
I couldn't believe the spread. And so you had this whole spread prepared, sweet, savory, the whole spectrum, and then randomly you're just like, this needs pizza. Yeah. And you just dropped 3 pizzas on the spread. Yeah. Like,
you know,
out of the park. Out of the park.
Because, you know, I made all this food and then I was like, and Kevin told me, you know, it's not going to be a lot of people. So I prepared all this food during the day. I came home from work and it was late. It was probably like about 4 o'clock or something that I came home from work, and the party started at like 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was in freak out mode. I came home. I was like, crap, I need to get ready. I need to get the house cleaned. I need to make things. I need to make food. Oh my God. And he's like, not that many people are coming. I was like, all right, like how many people? He was like, I don't know, like 10, 15 people. I was like, all right, we good. Like 30 people showed up.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there
like
that night.
35 people showed up. And
you know what he did? He played it like the airlines.
He's mad popular, so, you know, like all these people came through that I guess he wasn't expecting to come through. And I was like, what am I gonna do now? Like, I made mad
but
food.
You already
and
had enough.
Everyone
you
is
still had 30. It was good.
But I got like
enough for 30.
I got like at least like 30 grown ass men in my house right now in my kitchen. They've been drinking. There needs to be more food. Like, there can't just be like, you know what I mean? Like a couple of bread bowls and dips and sandwiches and shit. Like, you gotta go in, you know what I mean? I was like, I can't.
They need to be fulfilled.
They need to be fed. They're men. Men eat.
Well, that's how you keep us from tearing the roof off.
You know what I'm saying? And then when women drink, we eat.
You know?
And I just eat all the time. So, like, it's just, you know, I have to eat. So, yeah, pizza.
So did you actually just... So how much of it was it what you said before, and how much of it was you being like, I'm going to create the ultimate spread just because I want this ultimate spread?
Yeah, it was that. It was that. It was a lot of that. You know?
No one's complaining.
I didn't know what I wanted to make. And I was like, you know, I went food shopping like 2 days before and I was pretty much ready and I had an idea and then I was like, nah, I'm going to change it up. I want to use these ingredients. So I'm going to just change it up right now. Because this is what I feel. This is what I want to eat right now. So I just made it all. And I don't know how I did it. I'm telling you, I do not know how I did it. If I was on a game show, man, I could have won that. You should have. I was covering a cake. I had made a cake the night before, and then, like, you know, I went to work, whatever. I came home, and I was like, crap, I still got to cover this cake, and I got to decorate it. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to make food, and I got to clean the house, and I got to take care of baby. I was like, oh shit.
Are you a perfectionist?
A little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
You definitely seem like a completionist. Like you have to finish what you start. Do you have that? You seem to me to have that kind of
Yes,
attitude.
but you know my problem is that I tend to flicker sometimes from project to project. I can't keep my attention on one thing. I will finish it, but it might take me some time. Because then all of a sudden I get distracted by something else. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that. Well, and I try to like multitask to try to get as much as what I can done. So I tend to spread out. It's a little difficult.
No, you know what it is? It's like we grew up in a time that was such an explosion of culture and such an explosion of media just because we had the internet, which was able to get it to us at a rate that was unfathomable. So I feel like people typically our age, a little bit older, a little bit younger, are interested in so many things. Mm-hmm. Like, we all have so many interests. That, like, it's such a worst. It spreads our attention thin.
It does.
Because, you know, be interested in something is for it to demand your attention.
You
know? And when every little fucking thing interests you, suddenly you don't have any time.
Yeah. You do not have time at all. It's very difficult to keep, your attention on one thing.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely try to.
Yeah.
I definitely try to as hard as I can, but it's tough. You know what I mean? Like, especially in situations like that where you're just like, you have so many things that you have to do and just such little time. Thank God, Kevin was there and he helped me with so much of it. So thank God for him because it was his birthday and he was cleaning the house.
Another shout out to Kevin Rains.
Kevin Rains for, cleaning the house. And
thanks for being
care
you.
of the baby and being a great daddy.
You the man, Kevin Rains. Yes. That's at Kevin Rains, by the way.
Kevin Rains 1 or something?
I think it's Kevin Rains 1.
Kevin Rains 1.
You should know him when you see him.
Yeah, you'll see it. You'll see it. He's this dope artist. You'll see it.
He's really great. I love the new single he just dropped where he was featured.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
With Julio H.
Yes.
Yes.
That was great.
Yes.
That was really cool.
Yes, he's also another very talented artist. He's amazing. He's a great producer,
Yeah. And he's really tall.
Kevin? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why your son's a giant.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What is Kevin, like 6'2"?
I think he's 6'3".
Is he?
I think so. I don't know.
He's definitely like a foot above me.
And you're 5'2"?
About?
Say about 6'2". About 6'3". Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Because he's easily like double me. I mean, not double me,
but like
a foot
mean.
Above me.
I know what you mean.
He's humongous.
I got gypped. I'm literally 5'11" and a half, and whenever I get my physical, I say to myself, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna get that half an inch.
Listen, that's not that bad, all right?
It's not bad at all. I'm not complaining.
Being almost 5'2" kind of sucks, man.
Where do you find being short hurts you the most?
Well, like where I work, everything's up high.
Everything. Oh, everything. I said everything was a pie. Everything's. I was like, well, yeah, you bake. But yeah, everything. Took me a second to register that. But everything's up high.
Yes, everything is up high. It's all stacked above me. So, like, I gotta go climbing for things. I gotta ask people for stuff. The ladder gets broken out.
You don't have like a step stool, like a two-step?
There's a ladder. Yeah, we got a little ladder thingy.
Okay. That's cool.
It's like a 3-step ladder thing. It's great. It's very helpful.
So
but we got some tall people, so they help me out.
If you ever owned a bakery, would you make sure all the shelves were 5'2" friendly?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I would at least try.
It would definitely increase productivity.
It's kind of difficult because, like we have a very small kitchen. So like there's only so much space.
True.
So we kind of have to build up high. We have high ceilings, so we have the luxury of doing that, thank God.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times, I'm climbing for things and that kind of sucks. Also like I can't reach things in my kitchen.
Oh, that definitely hurts. So cabinets seem to be an issue. Cabinets and shelves
are big time. Yeah.
Enemy of the little people.
Yeah, definitely. And like leaning over things. And it's not fun.
Do you find like, are there any like, does being able to fit in tight spaces ever come in handy?
Yeah, that's great.
Really?
That's wonderful. Yeah. I really, really took that for granted when I got pregnant. Because like, man.
That's when you need it.
Man, I was like, yo, I am just humongous right now. Like, nobody can come, and it's like a safety hazard for people to come near me. So, like, you gotta keep your distance. Like, there's a bubble around me anyway, so it's like this extra feet, Mm-hmm. And I just feel like it's not okay. I couldn't get into the freezer sometimes, like during Christmas. Last Christmas.
Was that because you were short or because you were pregnant or both?
Well, no, because I was pregnant. Because in our freezer, we didn't have a lot of space. So we had to put like a rack into our freezer sometimes, just to fit some extra things in there, So like we had made croissants that day and we had to put them into the freezer real quick just to get them nice and cold so we could stack them away. And the rack was in there and I couldn't get in. And I had to get like, a bunch of stuff from the freezer, like bins and stuff. And I couldn't fit in there, so I needed like people to get in there for me, like certain things, that sucked. It's like I could no longer climb on ladders. Like that sucked too. Like I couldn't climb for stuff, like that was a big no-go for me. I felt very helpless.
Well, that's what Kevin's there for, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at home, yeah.
Yeah.
But like at work, he can't follow me around and be like, hey,
That's true.
It also sucks when you go to the store and you got to pick something up.
Yeah, there you go.
And there's like nobody around to help you.
Typically the case.
Yeah, and sometimes there's that one dickhead that's like in the corner just laughing at you. That happens. That does occasionally happen.
People who work there laughing at you, or just some dickhead?
It could just be a person that works there, or just a person.
Or just some schmuck.
Just some schmuck,
Gotcha.
just chilling. Just minding, he was doing his thing, minding his own business, and he caught me out the corner of my eye, out of his eye, and I'm just struggling real hard to, jump.
He's just having a kick.
Yeah, I'm trying to,
Well, that's what happens when you hate your fucking job. Like, textbook shot in Florida.
That's true.
It's like I pity that guy laughing at you. He might get his little victory there, laughing at your expense, but in the long run,
it's the truth though. You
know,
like not for nothing. Like when I was a waitress, like I would get some of the nastiest people.
Oh, I get it. I was a waiter too.
For
a little while.
The nastiest people.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny. Like sometimes, like there was this one time, like this lady dropped a drink on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was totally her fault, and I kind of felt bad, but I was also kind of laughing because she was like a huge dick, like a huge dick. So like like she made my life a living hell from the moment she walked in the door. Like every single person she came in contact with, she just made their life a living hell. So it was kind of funny when it happened. I feel bad for saying that, but
no.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious. It's your job to serve these people,
right?
But it doesn't give them the right to treat you like shit.
Treat you like shit.
There's literally no logical reason to treat your waiter or waitress like shit.
Like just because they're gonna pay you at the end, then it's okay.
Exactly.
Like nah, man.
But usually the dickheads don't even tip well.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Like they go there because they're another one. Like they're the same as the person laughing at you in the corner when you're struggling. Like that's just the same person except he went out to dinner. It's the same fucking guy.
Yeah, that's the truth.
But no, it's funny. Like ever since I was a waiter, like now I'm like so like waiter conscious and waitress conscious.
I am too.
When I go to restaurants,
I am
it's
too.
like I stack the plates for
right,
them,
right.
You're like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, they could be having a like it could be rough in there.
It's just
this place
helpful.
Is packed.
It's helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes a long way.
Right?
And you know what? It's
how hard is it to stack your fucking plates?
Exactly. It's not. And not only that, like I feel like when everyone's done eating, it feels better when there's like no room in front of you.
And how hard is it to take your fucking garbage off the table and put it onto a plate?
Yeah, that
and,
too.
Like after you've
your
stacked the plate,
napkins
like
and
your
stuff.
napkins and your garbage and like your straws.
You know what we are? We're server elitists right now.
We are.
We're server elitists right now.
But you know, like every server will say that though. Every server has that mentality because they all go through it.
Mm-hmm.
They all have to deal with it. No person that has ever been a server would disagree.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless like you were a waiter or waitress at one of those like super high-end restaurants where it's their job that like once they see you finish eating,
I guess maybe it like pisses them off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Maybe.
But you're 100%.
Maybe that's just because it gets them in trouble.
True.
Because their bosses are like mad bougie.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you have to be on top of them like every 2 seconds.
I know. I don't like that when I'm out to dinner. I like them to be present, like stop by once in a while, but don't hover.
Yeah, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
I get very like creeped out by that.
But you know what it is? It's like they say, it's always one jerk off that ruins it for the rest of us. It's like that's because they probably had some high maintenance tables.
That's true.
So they're just wired that way.
I mean, I've had those high maintenance tables.
Me too.
That need your constant attention.
But like usually they have like 3 children.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like when it's 4 dudes who are like drunk, who just saw a movie, like give them a Coke, a burger, and like leave them alone.
Not when you're a woman, no.
Nah?
No.
Oh, that's a different story. You're right.
When you're a woman, it's a little different. They like to keep you around to talk.
Of course.
You know, they like to talk. It's very hard to maintain your other tables when you have a group of very drunk men trying to talk to you. And you have to be polite because they're not going to be rude. You know, they're not rude or anything. They're just talking at you.
Yeah.
And you just have to be polite and still try to get your tip.
Well, because you are there to serve them.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
and
that is your job.
And sometimes it can be refreshing when like a table actually does want to talk to you.
It is.
So long as because you said the phrase "talk at you."
Yes.
When they're talking at you, it's different. When they're talking
very
to
different.
you, it's actually refreshing when a table talks to you.
Yes.
Like
when you're having like engaging conversation with the party, then yeah, it's great. You know, but when they're just like talking at you and you're like, all right, but I got like 5 other tables I got to take care of right now and I'm really busy and you know, like I'm freaking out and these tables are not happy and you know, like you got to go. You know what I mean?
It's always some little thing.
It's always something.
It's always some little thing. And there's a lot of type A personality people who kind of thrive in that environment. And it's not to say that like if you're type B, you can't be a waiter or a waitress, but
you just have to like suck a lot of things up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You have to be very strong-skinned, you know, thick-skinned, and you really gotta suck it up.
Yeah. Well, because shit's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna fuck up, whether it's a cook, whether it's a coworker, whether it's yourself, whether it's a boss. Like, someone is going to fuck up, and it won't just be one time a night. You're lucky if it's once an hour. You're lucky if it's once an hour.
And you know, when it happens, it just keeps happening. Mm-hmm. It snowballs. It's like, it's scary.
Well, you know what? You know what helps when, like, at least I know it helped when I was a waiter, was knowing that that line of work is a very forgiving line of work.
It is.
Unless you're like at that super high level where everything must be pitch perfect.
Right.
But like, if a cook messes up and it has to come back, or like you forgot this person's drink or something, like your boss isn't going to kill you. Like, it's the nature of the beast. If you do it like all the time, yeah, they're going to say something, but like nobody has it's very rare you have a perfect night between you, the cook, the customer, the bartender.
You never have a perfect night. If you do, that is just
you weren't busy.
Lucky.
You weren't busy.
Probably.
You weren't busy if you had a perfect night.
Yeah, if you had a perfect night, you were not busy. You probably had like a couple of tables and that was it.
How did being a waitress like help you in, a better question would be, did being a waitress help you in your current line of work at all? Do you think you learned anything on that job that you took with you?
I guess it helped me become more social. I mean, my job doesn't require me to be very social. I don't really talk to a lot of customers. I used to do a lot of cake consultations, you know, with the customers and stuff like that. But I don't really handle that much of that anymore. I handed that off to one of the other chefs that work at the bakery. Her name is Jackie. She's incredible. So
shout out to Jackie.
Yeah, shout out to Jackie. She's incredible. So, you know, if you ever get a cake from Fiorello, chances are that, you know, either I or she will be working on that. So it'll be dope.
So you're in good hands.
Exactly. But what was I saying?
Oh my God. Jackie distracted us.
Jackie. God damn it, Jackie. Oh.
Well, how did we get to Jackie?
The bakery stuff, working
as a waitress. How it helped you in your current line of work. You're currently a baker,
right?
With Jackie.
So
we're back. We
got it. So basically, you know, I don't have to be very social right now, but that helped me definitely. That aspect helped me. My previous job before that also, I had to be very social too. I worked at selling Verizon for a very short period of time, and then
can I interrupt you for a second? Did you deliver it like business to business,
like door to door,
like residential?
Like I was one of those annoying people that like knocked on.
I was those annoying people too.
Yeah,
I was actually inquiring if you sold the same Verizon I sold at one point. But no, I sold business to business.
Oh, you sold business,
and it was lame as fuck.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you get out.
Mine was lame too. Yeah, I got out really.
You get out quick.
I was in it for like maybe a month.
Me too. A little bit more. You know what it is? I was in it for a month. I went to Jamaica for a week. I came home and was just like, no. Like, no. No. I got perspective now.
You know, those jobs are like a real scam.
Yeah.
Because you do see people make like some serious cash.
And that's what keeps you interested.
You know what I mean?
Bit.
That is what keeps you interested.
And you start battling with that part of yourself.
And then you start to realize like they just got lucky. Like they kind of just got like a sale here or there.
Yes.
You know? And they ended up getting really lucky on like how they sold the package. So they got like a really big commission off of it.
Because honestly, it's mostly happenstance because most people aren't just going to take it from you at door to door.
Most people just slam the door on your face.
Yeah.
Or they curse you out. Or something along those lines.
What happens is once in a while you bump into the dude who just got his Optimum bill and he's pissed the fuck off.
See, they thought it was fun because I was a woman that they could use me. Because they didn't have many women in their office.
Fair.
In the office that I worked at. So they actually had told me to my face that because I was a woman, it would make it a lot easier to sell to men customers because they're less likely to be aggressive, I guess, towards me. Okay. Towards a woman.
Okay.
I guess that would make sense. Not the truth. Absolutely not the truth. They are, people are just vicious no matter what. You bother them. And when they're at home chilling,
yeah, it don't matter who the fuck you are.
Doesn't matter who you are. They don't care. They're just like, get the hell off of my lawn.
Well, I know.
Who are you?
I know. For me, like, I don't know. It's like I try to be nice when they show up, but every man has a line, and I think I just draw the line at Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
That's about where I tap out. Okay, so you said before the show that we had to spend some time talking about Smash.
We do. It's amazing.
Yeah, the new one?
It's amazing.
It's so good.
It's so, growing up, I played Melee.
That was your first one on GameCube?
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty.
I love the GameCube. That was, like, my favorite.
Underrated system.
It really was.
It's really on par with the N64. A lot of people on a nostalgia level connect to N64, but GameCube had quite a catalog.
I really enjoyed GameCube growing up. So, when they brought back Smash, I got really excited. Really excited. They had it on Wii, right?
Yeah, they've had it on every
They had it on
system.
Wii, so I played it on Wii a couple of times, but not that, that frequently.
Yeah.
My gaming days have been put on hold, especially since the baby.
Yes,
so,
of course.
I have not played anything really. But my friend came over and he brought Smash and it was incredible. He unlocked like every character.
All 76, 74, whatever it is.
Yeah. I normally play as Kirby. Like always,
OG.
That's my go-to.
He's one of the OGs.
He's dope.
Fuck yeah.
He is dope. Like he's stealing people's powers and he's like hammering people and shit.
And his recovery is insane.
It's
dope.
That he can float like that. It was dope. But I wanted to play as like new characters, so I tried some out. I don't know how I felt about it. I think it's because I played it on the Switch, and the controller that I played it on, it was so little.
The Joy-Cons.
Yeah, the Joy-Con.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so this is like my first time I've ever like
they have
with this controller.
They have an extension that lets you use a GameCube controller?
Yes.
Yeah.
And my friend actually had the GameCube controller, but he only had one.
He only had one?
Yes. There was 4 of us, so, that was kind of difficult. But it was okay. We tried. I tried. I attempted. But it was a good time. I used to be dope at Smash.
Back in the Melee day?
Back in the Melee day. If you got me a GameCube controller, I could probably kill that shit.
You'd probably wreck it. I believe it. It's like riding a bike.
I think, yeah, if I got that controller back, I think I could do it.
Well, you got to shake off rust, obviously, but...
I got little hands, but that controller is not a good thing. What is it, the Joy-Con?
The Joy-Con.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
I actually... I love it for particular games. Like, I played Zelda Breath of the Wild, primarily on my Joy-Cons, and it felt fantastic. But I agree, it doesn't feel great for Smash.
I tried to play Mario Kart on it, too. That was
no bueno?
Fun. No, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. No. It was not a good time. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was smashing buttons. I was like, oh shit. Like, it was like so small. I was like, oh my god, my hands are so tiny too. I don't understand. This should work, but it doesn't. I mean, my people made it, right? Like, Japanese people made it. And, you figure,
controllers made for Japanese hands.
You'd figure Japanese hands would work on it, but no, I'm just not coordinated enough, apparently, for that. So, all of a sudden, like, the menu screen would show up and pause in the game.
Oh, okay, I see.
Like,
I have a buddy of mine who does that all the fucking time when they play.
What am I doing right now? This is, like, such, like, noob status.
You were still calibrating. You were still calibrating to the controller.
Yeah, I never calibrated to it, though.
How long did you give it?
Probably about an hour or so.
Shouldn't take much more than an hour, so I feel you.
I gave up.
I feel
was
you.
Nah.
Nah, get yourself that GameCube extension.
But I don't have the Switch, though.
That's right, it was, who brought it over?
My friend Stevie.
Stevie.
Yeah, good man.
Well,
good man.
Stevie gets some more GameCube controllers.
I think he does have them. He was just running late,
Oh, okay, so he just kind of grabbed and went?
Yeah, he just kind of grabbed and went.
Okay. Well, respect him. I mean, he brought the system over, so, like...
I know, seriously. You don't even have to do that.
No one's complaining.
He came through with the good stuff, so it was fun.
But damn, what else did you play on GameCube?
I played Mario Sunshine big time.
Oh, shit. Mario Sunshine.
Big time I played. I was obsessed with that.
Yo, Delfino Plaza seemed like a great place to live.
It did.
You know what I'm saying?
It was so beautiful and happy and like sunshiny.
Oh yeah, there's lots of big fruits, watermelon everywhere. It's fucking great.
I loved it.
Music was dope.
It was.
The people looked fucking weird though.
Very weird.
I don't know. Do you think that like slowly happens to you if you start living on Delfino Plaza?
It's possible. You like deform. Maybe it's the water.
Maybe it's the water. It's always the water. It's always the water.
There's so much graffiti everywhere and shit. Maybe, I don't know. All that spray paint is like a pollutant.
There's a big gang presence in Delfino Plaza.
Exactly. It's a problem. You have to clean all that shit up. You have to fix that for them.
What was his name? Flood. The
oh yeah.
The talking water spray thing.
Yeah, the water spray thing.
Oh god.
That made you fly up in the air with it.
Yep.
Jetpack it. Yeah, that was a good time. Oh, what else did I play on that? Oh man.
Did you play any Star Fox, Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic I played, yes.
Of Sonic.
Star Fox I didn't play. I was never really into that.
That's fair. That's always been more of a cult following anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Whereas Sonic was more
really
broad.
into that, but I loved Sonic because I played that when I was like really young.
Fuck yeah.
I had the
Did you have the Dreamcast?
No, I had oh my god, the Sega.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Give me a second.
Big chunky one, you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, was it a home console or
No, it
mobile?
was a mobile one. It was like one of the first Sega
Game Gear? Was it? Or was this the one that could be a phone?
No.
It's not the one that could be a phone, dude.
No.
Before Sega had such weird shit.
It was like I don't know. They had this like weird ass. I played Sonic on it all the time, but then they had this weird ass Echo game with like a dolphin.
Echo the Dolphin?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus Christ! I think I had that on Sega Genesis. I just remember as a kid, I never quite understood it.
It was before Sega Genesis.
It was pre-Genesis.
Yeah, I believe.
You believe.
I believe.
You believe.
I believe.
My
I'm
Genesis
not
right
100% sure. No, it's not.
Okay, but
yeah, it's before that.
Okay,
I think.
I don't know. I would think the Game Gear, but did you play any Sonic on GameCube?
GameCube? Yes, I did.
Yeah, fuck it.
I did. That was back in the day with Blockbuster.
Oh.
So like I would always go to Blockbuster and like I would get a new game and then play through it and then just
return it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there used to be rentals back in the day. See, I was a nerd and I was obsessed with like collecting the box and collecting the game.
Okay.
Because like I've always wanted to like build a lot. Like I have this weird man fantasy of like having like this library of like all the books I've collected, all the video games I've collected, all the CDs, vinyls, like all this.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
My favorite part is like Charlotte had a similar dream, so like it's just like great. I was like, fuck yes.
There you go.
There we go. Fuck a guest room.
Soulmates.
Hell
there
yeah.
You go.
It's out to you, Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte.
What else was I gonna ask you? Completely forgot.
That's cool.
But I think it was along the lines of... Did you play Sonic Adventure 2 on GameCube? Or was it the one of like remakes from the Dreamcast?
The remakes.
Like Sonic Adventure, like the one with... Okay. I know what you mean. Because I was going to see if you knew about the multiplayer, but...
No.
Whatever.
Nope. I did not play the multiplayer. No. I played a lot of... After that, I took a break on, games. I went onto the computer after that, and I started
And what
playing.
found you there? Or
WoW.
what did you find there, rather?
WoW.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. How did that go? How sucked in... Well, let's start with how sucked in did you get? How deep did it go?
Not that deep.
Not pissing in water bottles deep.
No,
Okay.
no. I did spend lots of hours playing. I was busy though, so I had other things going on. I had a job, I had extracurriculars, I had a personal life, so it was difficult for me. But the nights I couldn't sleep, I was on WoW,
Gotcha. And for those who may not know, WoW is World of Warcraft. If I have to explain that to you by now, get with the times.
Yeah, it was World of Warcraft. I'm not proud of those days.
Why not?
No offense to the WoW players, because but it's just it has such a bad connotation.
Do you feel the community was toxic, or
not so much? I mean,
okay, good.
I mean, I was kind of a dickhead, so I can't,
Fair. What were you? How old were you when in your WoW days?
I was probably 17 or 18.
17, 18. Okay.
Maybe 19, 20.
Really testing boundaries.
I stopped by like 19.
Okay.
I was done by that.
I never got into it personally.
A lot of it was the fact that for girls it was kind of easy to play. They kind of there was a lot of men that like to give you things for free, gear for free, and you didn't have to do anything. So I got a lot of great gear for free. So I just kind of used that to my advantage, and I had a lot of fun though, like playing. I was in a lot of guilds. I had fun. We played a lot of Capture the Flag. I was a dope tank. Yeah, you probably don't know that.
No, I don't know what you're saying. I'm just thinking to myself, those are some lonely guys.
I was the one that took all the deeps.
Oh,
totally don't expect this from me, right?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I mean,
right?
like, not that
No.
I don't know about not expecting it, but
it's funny.
Surprised.
What's funny is like I'm kind of a huge nerd when it comes to certain things, and people do not know at all. I keep it like very
No, because this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah,
I know
I
you've
keep
played
it-
video games, but I didn't know you had a deep dive into World of Warcraft.
I did for a little bit. I had some friends that played. I played Age of Empires.
Age of Empires, dope. Did you play Civilization?
Yes,
Nice.
yes. I
Nice.
loved Civ. When Civ 5 came out, I was so excited. So excited.
They just dropped Civ 6 on the Switch, I think.
Really?
Or they're dropping it soon. But I think
Oh,
they dropped
man.
it, yeah.
Oh, man. See, like, I don't even have time for that stuff. But like,
Well,
it was
those
a
are
great-
real time
Those
consumers.
are real time. Like, those are campaigns that go on for days upon days.
Yeah.
They can, even for longer than that, they can go on for months. I had
Oh,
one
yeah.
that went on for like months, and I was like, all right, enough.
Well, I feel I got Kingdom Hearts 3 drops on this Tuesday. They're coming Tuesday a
Kevin's
week.
very excited about that.
Yeah,
I've
I took
never
the day off
played-
work. I took the day off work.
Really?
Yeah. I took
see-
a day off work.
The hype is like real about Kingdom Hearts, right?
Well, yeah, rightfully so. If I
I've
could say
never
so
played
myself.
it. I've never played it, but I've heard such amazing things about it that I kind of feel like I need to play. Like, really need to play.
Above all, and I'll say this excludes Kingdom Hearts 1 because it's a little outdated at this
Right.
point. But speaking, especially on Kingdom Hearts 2, especially for its time, while the story is fun, confusing as fuck, they got a lot of things in the story they need to patch up, but
Okay.
that's what a finale's for.
Okay.
And that's what this next one is supposed to be. But the gameplay is just so much fun.
Yeah.
It's
Alright.
it's one of the like true smooth moving 3D
They
hack
have
and
it on
slashers.
Xbox?
They've released some like packages where for like $60 you get like all the games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like they're trying to dump the games on everybody.
All right.
Yeah. They're a lot of fun.
I gotta check it out.
They're a lot of fun. Kingdom Hearts 3 looks insane.
Because Kevin is like all about it. He's
Yeah.
all about it. He's like raving about it. So I feel
hype
like I
is
need to
real.
play. But I don't have time to play video games.
It's a party.
I tried playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah.
That was very difficult. I sat down to play.
They're not simple games.
Well, the thing is that I played, when I was
simple.
younger, I played through Assassin's Creed 1, I played through 2, you know, I played through half of like 3, I gave up on that one, I stopped. Something else caught my attention, I think. But, you know, I played this one, and the whole problem was the whole beginning was like all cutscenes. So by the time that I ended up actually like playing and doing anything and becoming the character, anymore. I couldn't play anymore because my kid woke up. I was like, damn.
So you then maybe you need to tag team the game with somebody.
You know, like I'm like sitting through it. I'm like, shit, this sucks, man. Like, I got through all of this. Like my kid's been sleeping for an hour and a half. Finally, took a nap for an hour and a half, and all I did was sit here watching cutscenes and play like a fight scene for like a second. I'm like, great, thanks for that.
I guess the games that would be more compatible for you right now are probably the ones that you can like jump in and out of in like a 30-minute, 60-minute window.
Yes, you know? Yes, nothing with a crazy storyline. I miss things with a storyline though. Those are fun, you know.
Well, there will come a time where, for better or worse, your child will be less dependent on you, and you'll be able to.
Well, you know, at that point, I'll probably be playing with him.
Yeah. That'd be,
you know, I don't want to introduce it too early, but you know, we will definitely play together.
Definitely wait.
I will blow his mind. I will come out of nowhere. I will pretend like I don't know shit about anything, and then
how do you play this?
I'll be like, "What is this controller?" Upside down, and then just blow his mind.
What you should do,
like whoop his ass.
What you should do, you should wait for the next Smash to come out, and he'll want it. He doesn't know anything about you and your Smash days.
He's just gonna be like, Mom just, you know, likes to bake cakes and play with makeup and stuff. And I'll just be like, nah, kid. Bam! Just school
drop
him
with Kirby.
Just school him.
Down B. Smash!
Smash! Just school him with Kirby. And just game over. Done. And he's gonna be like, what, Mom? What did you just do to my life? Just see? You don't mess with Mom.
He's going to learn that day.
Mom. You never mess with Mom.
He's going to learn that day.
She knows. Your mom's Japanese. What'd you think was going to happen?
That's right. It's in your code. Literally. The small hands, the controller, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's built for you.
No, except not for me, though.
Well, I mean, he's half Japanese, but he's going to have the Spanish hands.
He's got the man hands.
He's going to have the Spanish man hands.
He's already got the man hands.
Yeah, he's huge.
They're humongous.
Tight grip. I said it earlier, tight grip.
Man, that kid is humongous.
He's a big dude.
Tall. He's so tall.
Think he's going to be a basketball player?
I think so.
It's looking that way. I mean, Kevin was a huge one, so.
I think basketball, maybe, I don't know, the way he wants to, like, run around already and he can barely stand, I'm thinking maybe soccer.
Oh, yeah, especially if he's got the speed.
Possibly baseball.
Well, Spanish and Japanese is a good genetic combination for baseball.
His
Honestly,
middle name is Ichiro.
His middle name is Ichiro. That's firstborn, right? The firstborn son?
Yes.
Ichiro.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And like Ichiro Suzuki. But,
Zachary Ichiro
Suzuki. We didn't plan that though. That wasn't
That's happenstance. That's a coincidence.
Yeah, that was just a thing. You know, it just happened. But you know, it was pretty cool.
Did you know Ichiro when he played for the Seattle Mariners? Did you know Nintendo owns the Seattle Mariners?
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. That's actually pretty cool.
Either they own it or they're like a primary shareholder, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo owns because their America headquarters is in Seattle.
Oh, snap.
So Nintendo's just been balling out. They're like, they're just like,
Nintendo's just coming out of nowhere with everything, huh?
Yeah, they're just eating cheeseburgers, doing cocaine. Hey, we're gonna buy a baseball team. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
That's the dope life, though.
We got all this GameCube money.
Shit, if you got that kind of money and you're just eating cheeseburgers and snorting coke, like
buying baseball teams.
Wouldn't you buy a bit? I don't know. I'd buy some random shit like that too.
Fuck yeah, why not?
I know nothing about hockey, but maybe I'll buy a hockey team.
I think a wise man once said, if you have fuck you money and don't say fuck you, dude.
Like if you really got that kind of money, man, like
go play.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, you really got that kind of money? Like I'm not talking about like you gotta worry one day, you know what I mean? Like, you are set. Your grandkids are set.
You got the kind of money where Ken Griffey Jr. works for you.
Exactly.
Like, that's the kind of money you got, you know what I'm saying?
At that point, you gotta play. Like, shit, buy an island.
Yeah. Buy a fucking island.
You know, like, Damn. Buy a cruise ship. Go on a cruise. Have fun.
Go on a big yacht.
For real, though. That'd be dope.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be so
Imagine
dope.
like
I love the ocean.
Yeah? You like ever go sailing or anything like that?
Not sailing, no, but I've
Fishing?
been yes, fishing. Yes, I've been fishing a lot. My dad used to love fishing growing up. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I grew up fishing a lot. I always used to throw them back. He hated that. He really hated that. And I understand why now. Back then, I thought it was very cruel that we were keeping them, even though they were delicious. He was a chef, so, you know, he was preparing them, like, mad good.
Yeah.
But, you know, I still felt kind of bad. So, like, every once in a while, I'll do them back on him. He'd get really pissed.
Well, I mean, it's the way of life.
But then I understood.
It's,
As I grew up, I understood, you know. So we changed that, and I started to keep them after.
Once you truly understood how good fish tasted, you were like, yeah, let's keep these guys.
It's alright. It's cool. It's cool. You know, it's good. It's kind of fucked up, but it's cool.
Hey, listen, one day we'll die and something will eat us.
Whatever. You know, I'm
Bugs.
the biggest, like, meat eater ever.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck now.
Dude.
I love steak. I really love steak.
Yeah, no, it's like the ultimate, like,
beef and steak and just, like, tacos, man. Like, just hook me up.
I couldn't live without tacos. I couldn't, honestly, I just couldn't live without meat, chicken, beef, pork. Actually, I could live without pork.
Really?
I could. That doesn't count bacon.
Well, bacon is...
You know, bacon, pork, two different things.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I can't give up the pig.
Okay.
I could give up pork, but my favorite is duck.
Yeah?
Duck. It's the most delicious goddamn thing on the planet.
It's okay. When it's prepared right, yes, it's great.
Well, what I love about it is it's,
the crispy skin and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And then, like, if you take that duck grease and marinate some veggies in it, you know,
it
won't be the healthiest dish, but it'll taste good.
You know, duck fat fries?
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
That's how fries are meant to be.
Like, it sounds disgusting, but it's just amazing. Like, amazing.
Anyone who finds that disgusting just simply hasn't tasted it
yet. Yeah. They need to.
Hell yeah. But we got to wrap this up soon.
Right.
So, if you want to close this out, give your bakery a plug, give yourself a plug.
All right.
Shout out Kevin. Close it out. Tell everyone where they can find you. Right. Remind them what you do.
Yes.
The whole spiel.
So, I'm a pastry chef. I work at Fiorello Dolce on Instagram. And I have my own Cakes by Maggie page on Instagram, so you can check that out if you ever need anything. Any specialty cakes, custom cookies, whatever it may be. You just DM me, hit me up, let me know, and we'll work it out, all right? And also check out my boyfriend Kevin Rains. Kevin Rains 1 on Instagram, I think, right? Probably, whatever. You'll find him.
Kevin Rains 1.
It doesn't matter. You find him. Just, put the @Kevin Rains part. You'll figure it out. But you'll find him. He's incredible. He just dropped a new video like a few weeks ago.
Yep, very nice.
Yeah, so that came out, and then he dropped a video before that, a couple weeks before that I'm in, which is pretty fun. So
yeah,
check
that's right.
that out.
Yeah, you were in that music video.
That was a good time.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a good time. So, check that out, and yeah, check out my page and see all the creations that I make. Hit me up.
There we go. Hit her up. That's a wrap. Meg, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.